The start of the school year is not far away, so today I'm going to give you some ideas about how you can start the process of reintroducing the idea of school to your little one and that process of settling them back into school. Now, a really nice gentle way to do this is through books. There's something very comforting about snuggling up with a storybook with mum or dad. So the first thing to do is to go to your child's bookshelf and dig out preferably some old favourite books, but books that feature school. Maybe they're set in school, or it could be, if you've got a younger child who only started school recently, it might be the starting school books that you use to introduce the idea of school before they started. So try and dig some of those out. Don't worry if they feel a little bit babyish for your child, because actually reading old favourite books is very comforting, and we want to introduce the idea of school in a really nice, safe and comforting way. And even if you've got out of the habit of reading out loud with your child, even with an older child, it's a really nice thing to do, to say, hey, what about, as a treat, I read this book out loud to you. So find some books. If you haven't got any starting school books, there are some ideas on my blog of a review of the best ones. You're welcome to get some ideas there. But it doesn't really matter what type of book it is, as long as it's got school and it's going to provoke some questions. And as you're reading, what you want to do is ask very open, very curious questions. Questions that start with, I wonder what it will be like when you go back to school, or I wonder how the classroom tables will be laid out. I wonder what time you'll be having your break time. So the idea is both to introduce the idea of school in a nice, safe, comforting way, but also to introduce the idea that school might be a little bit different, that there might be changes, but we want to do that in a nice, safe way. And as you're having these conversations, your child's answers, maybe the questions they ask, will give you a really good idea of where they are at the moment. Are they worried about school? How are they feeling about it? What are they thinking about? What are they worried about? And it'll give you a great insight into how they're thinking and feeling. So do give that a go. If you've got a really good experience or a really good book that works with, please leave us a comment so you can share that with everybody. If you're worried about starting school, or your child starting school or going back to school, we do have a live webinar on the 24th of August, which you are very welcome to join. The details are on the website. And we also, if you can't make that date, we have a recording available, and that's available now to buy from the website, so you can always go and have a look at that. But remembering that snuggling up with a storybook should always be fun. This should be a safe, pleasant way of thinking about something that's just a little way in the distance that we want to start reintroducing the idea about. I do hope you found that helpful. Good luck.